You're good.
Alright, so today we're going to talk about HTML hyperlinks, right? So an HTML hyperlink, which I'm sure you're familiar with because they're all over the internet, and in this day and age, the internet's everywhere. You can access it from almost anywhere, your phone, your laptop, your work, wherever you are. And what they basically do is they serve as a way from connecting from one website to another website, right? So let's say we're on Facebook. And on Facebook, we're looking through our news feed, and one of our friends, let's say, posts about something really cool happening in his neighborhood. So they post like a news article. And you can see that, and you could like read a little snippet here maybe. And at the bottom, you see a link. To click on the link to go to that news website. So you click on that, let's say it brings you to CNN.com, right? Because that would be an HTML hyperlink over here on Facebook that brings you to CNN.com, right? Another example could be, let's say you're on Google and you're looking up where to adopt a dog. So you really want to adopt a dog. So let's say you go to your images and you're looking at your website and you see a bunch of photos of cute dogs and you're like, oh, this one seems pretty cool. I'm going to click on that and find where the website is. So you click on this link and it brings you to a website, but instead of bringing you to an actual website, it brings you to something like this. Right, so you get this error 404 page not found, which in a situation like this where you're trying to adopt a dog and you see the dog that might just be the dog of your dreams, you're really upset. You're like, oh man, that dog doesn't exist. So what happened over here? Why do you get that? And to answer that, that's one of our first downsides to a hyperlink. Because you could have dead hyperlinks out there, which is what we found over here when we're trying to adopt our dog, but the hyperlink doesn't exist. So you have your reference or whatever to another web page, but that web page doesn't exist. And you wonder why this happens, because on the internet, something so modern, how doesn't it know that the hyperlink is dead? So our hyperlinks aren't two-way connections. And to help explain this, I'm going to use a link and some Febreze, right? So over here, I'm going to make a link to my Febreze. So now I know where the Febreze is because I've linked to it. So if I put it, let's say over here, and I have my link to the Febreze, I'm, let's say, some website, and I'm linking to my Febreze, so I know where the Febreze is and I know how to get there. Well, let's say the Febreze moves to over here. I still have my link to that Febreze, and I know where it is, because this link is telling me how it's changing. So this would be a two-way link, which isn't how hyperlinks work whatsoever. A hyperlink, instead of having this, would have something like, if my Febreze is over here, and I have a website, so somewhere like, say, written on me, it would say, Febreze next to garbage. Right? So now, this would be, although it's not in HTML form because it's not a real website, it's just an example, but this on me, if you clicked on it, it would tell you, oh, the Febreze is right over there, next to the garbage. However, if I move the Febreze, written on me is still Febreze next to garbage, which will point you to that direction, which isn't where the Febreze is. So now you're running into a problem like, why isn't it there? And then if you clicked on that link on me, Febreze next to garbage, it would say over here, error 404, page not found. Right? And you get that error page again because there's no communication between us. It's not a two-way link. If we had over here, where if the Febreze was there, moving it to here, this link holds with it. So now that's one of the main issues that arises with HTML hyperlinks, is that there's no communication between the host and what you're making a link to. So now, let's say there was some communication. So this Febreze knows, well, first off, the way that it works is this Febreze has no idea that I'm making a link to it, right? Because when we had our garbage bags, the Febreze knew that it had a link on it. That's not how hyperlinks work. So Febreze has no idea that I'm linking to it, and it's just existing there, not knowing that I'm connected to it. So what it would do is just go on its own ways because it doesn't know who's talking with it, which if it did know that, the possibilities are like endless, like you can do on the internet. Because if Febreze knew that I'm connected to it, and this whiteboard's connected to it, and the garbage is connected to it, then it could communicate with all of those different websites and better tell them what they want to know, right? So like, let's say you had going back to here, let's say you had your donor page, you want to donate a dog, and this place over here, where you would adopt a dog, would know who's connected to it, right? So if that page knew who was connected to it, then it could tell it, oh, we made a new website, because this website wasn't really working, wasn't pretty enough, let's say, and no one was adopting our dogs, so we made a new website, and that's our website over here. So instead of having you be directed over here, we're going to direct you over there, right? So that's one way hyperlinks could work if there was some kind of communication between the host and where the link goes to. So I hope you learned something about hyperlinks, and thanks for listening.